ThunderTalk team who, are like, hey guys, we can easily be this third team, this fourth place team. LNG's been at the bottom of the standings, all split long.
Stacking going to be really important for them in this game. If this game goes super long, all of a sudden you've got those ornaments coming through for LNG. They've got themselves a composition that can begin to rip your head off in these mid to late game stages, as much as it does spike a little bit earlier on.
Okay, here we go. It's the double taser. So getting a little bit of trouble, but here comes the call of the Forge God because Hoya's overheated. He's going to turn around, hit him with another taser.
The junglers.
Fung and Aki going at it over in this tri-brush here.
Not going to be able to make anything happen with that one. Gives Aki the chance to be able to at least start up that first grub. Is going to be able to take that one down. Now, though, caught in the pit. Has the support of 1XM from the top side. LNG, do you feel confident?
We're going all in on the Alistar here. He's going to be the first to fall. First blood to Haichao, but look at the damage they're cooking. Zhao Feng makes it a 1-for-1 in the end, and ThunderTalk will get all of the grubs.
Yeah, you're going to be happy taking away your opponent's jungler in that situation. All three of the grubs going on over, and you really like that. Anytime you've got yourself a composition like this for ThunderTalk, picking up those early grubs is going to be really nice.
Starting this one up, we're going to get a teleport in from the Rumble on the flank. Still waiting for Zika to make his appearance. Now he's going to teleport into the bottom tri-brush. 2,000 HP as well. Everybody goes all the way in. OVO going crazy, but big knockups are everywhere. Fish1 is free hitting, but his team is on the other side of him. Helpar starting to go down. Big knockup coming through, and Feather will finally fall. Hoya overheated, trying to do what he can. He'll be forced to flash over the wall as Fish1 continues to bear down and go forward. Haichao gets over the wall. Fish1 dropping the ultimate. He's up so far, but he's still alive. Triple kill for Haichao. Quadra kill for Haichao. For Haichao!
Drake also went over to LNG. We talked about that first Drake and the first set of grubs going over to ThunderTalk. Well, now you're going to be able to grab that Drake, grab yourself this Herald as well. Get it back to even right here when it comes to these feats of monster slaying. ThunderTalk, they are going to be able to grab the tower, so it's all going to come down to this final objective to see who gets these feats. And Aki, and those two haven't really been able to pop off, and as we've been talking about with those feats, right, 8 seconds now until the next Drake is going to be spawning. Ocean Soul available, a huge soul for whoever can grab it. This one's already down to half HP.
Once again, ThunderTalk will yield to the power of LNG. Just 17 minutes into the game here. That will be the feat of monster slaying and feats overall.
Item completed. Things would be different if that equalizer that landed on 4 members was actually hitting like it will be at this point with the Leandries.
ThunderTalk infesting the topside jungle of LNG. We're going to see a knockup and an equalizer go down, and here comes Haichao joining the party, as well as Fish1. Down goes the Trundle, and Haichao continues to push forward. His next target is going to be Feather. The knockup is there, and they find him too. Haichao with one more charge of that Spirit Rush. He won't be able to get closer, but it's a 2-for-0 for LNG.
Talk of kind of already entered desperation mode, which is wild to say just 20 minutes into this game. Satab now potentially going to be collapsed upon.
He left him behind. Satab also had teleport, and he said, nah, don't worry, I'll stay. Oh, big worries. He's in trouble. Going to get caught with the REQ.
No.
That Orb of Deception does so much. That's another kill for Haichao.
Yikes, that's the teleport out and then the teleport in right there from Feather, trying to get involved to potentially save out onto his mid laner. Not going to end up working, and LNG, they are running the rift right now, Yanni. They're getting themselves those kills on the top side. They're going to be able to pick up this tier 1 tower in the face of the ThunderTalk members, and so far it doesn't feel like ThunderTalk have had a moment to breathe. Wards defensively down for ThunderTalk, but nothing that's really pushing into their enemy's jungle, nothing that's giving them the vision to make these kind of map rotations and really make it work. They do at least get to bully their way on through this mid lane, but I don't even know that they're going to be able to take this tower.
Oh, what a play there by OVO.
Yikes.
Taking Satab off. Call the Forge God is only going to be able to catch one, but the fight will be theirs. The equalizer going down as Aki is charmed up, and he falls once again to Haichao as Haichao continues to push forward with his squad, leading the 1-7 LNG into what could be the promised land.
LNG, they've got themselves this matchup and one more. EDG will be their next games to face. They must win both of those for any chance of making it into those play-ins. And they are beginning this final week with a bang so far. Going to be able to grab this Atakan. Coming on through.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen, Bloxer. Unfortunately, Ezeka was probably very surprised. I don't think he's...
Situation in which you're feeling yourself, you think that things are going well, and you go, Killer Instinct into the backline. One more Spirit Rush forwards surely can't hurt, and you end up pulling yourself a little bit too far forwards. And you have to remember, this ThunderTalk composition, it has damage. It can snap back.
Another call to Forge God. It lands onto 2. Knockups are there. Aki getting some healing, but he is dead as Haichao's over on the side, dealing with Hoya, and he will chase him down. And 1XN is going to be the next victim. He's going to be forced to retreat to the turret. His Feather knocked up over on the side. It's a double kill for Fish One. Haichao going to go golden.
Any of these backline carries, and then all of a sudden the backline comes to you. Tons of damage being pumped on through. They're going to even split their focus, get themselves a tower, get themselves the Drake as well. Ocean Soul point available for LNG, and it is very much going to be their game to lose.
And now getting farmed here by LNG at the bottom
LNG.
of Group Nirvana is, I'm sure, not where they expected the rest of their year to go. OVO could be in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to charm up multiple members. He's going to go down, but Call the Forge God's coming through, and it hits all 4 members, buying some time for LNG to get here. Equalizer going down. Fish One going to have to back off. Haichao goes in, goes golden. Xiao Feng over the wall. There's the Cyclone. 1, 2, 3 people knocked up. A 4th knockup as Haichao will clean up the rest of the trash. Satab, the only one alive, and your shield can't save you, buddy. Fish One putting the exclamation point on it.
The big purple worm is going to fall to LNG. At this point, it's for formality. Cross the T's, dot the I's, win this first game, and get yourself 1 step closer to being able to get that final matchup, that best of 5 versus a Group Ascend team to make it to playoffs. They didn't even need him in that
What's
fight.
a fish doing in Arlington, Texas? Here we go, Xiao Feng going all the way in here. More knockups coming through. Another call to Forge God. This time it's going to go over near the turret. Fish One gets that kill. Aki, yeah, you can sustain, but not for long, as Haichao will finish you off. This guy has just had an incredible game. Does he have that Medjai's yet? No, he's boring. He didn't build his ego book.
Got himself that flash available. He's going to have himself the Spirit Brush as well soon, yeah. TP as well, so if he wants to head back to base, grab the book, then end the game, you know, it's possible. The base crumbling right here in front of ThunderTalk's eyes.
LNG squeezing whatever's left of the life out of the eyes of ThunderTalk here in Game 1. If ThunderTalk even force him out of the base, I mean, the last dragon, that soul's going to be up. Haichao wants to start the fight, but he's the one who gets engaged on. He's going to have to slide out. But Xiao Feng, once again, coming up big, getting to that back line, and making sure that there's no way for ThunderTalk to fight back. Not even 28 minutes of utter decimation, Bloxer. And who'd have thought that we'd be talking about LNG destroying ThunderTalk here in Game 1. Mired in the muck, you're going to get a lot of Qs off and get these stuns, proc the sunlight and everything like that. But I do think there's a lot of value in getting to the back line. Satab is just stuck under this turret right now. Level 6 for Haichao. Shockwave is going to go down. OVO a little late on this play, though, so he's not going to be able to dive Satab at all here, but this will force the recall with no teleport. Satab will lose a lot off of this. Yeah. This does mean that LNG's jungler is able to do the dragon fairly easy.
Yeah, that mid lane pressure, it makes you able to make that play, but at the same time, ulti's out of either of these junglers, so they are just going to wait for a moment to go. Never mind, okay.
Yep, we're going to try to find Satab here. He gets flashed on as well. Aki's going to hold the paranoia in his pocket, and first blood goes over to Xiao Feng.
Available to him, just going to get taken on down. The counter engage from ThunderTalk, though.
And we're going to use the heal to make sure Haichao can get out. It was a good job there by OVO. He's going to tank the Scion straight to the face. Xiao Feng going to be able to walk out, but he gets paranoid on. OVO just trying to keep Feather away, but Aki does well with Hoya to get that kill, and that should mean grubs for ThunderTalk.
Fine, and turning that into all of these grubs as well. Going to be incredibly impactful. Both these compositions got a couple of members that don't mind split pushing. You can imagine a lot of the game where Hoya's just going to be sat on the sideline, and now with these grubs in his pocket, any alone time he gets with towers could result in that extra injection of gold ThunderTalk really need to be able to pull them through this game and even up the series.
And one interesting thing to note, it's just a small thing. The siege isn't exactly fantastic for ThunderTalk, especially a lot of wards down in the ThunderTalk jungle, so they know where Aki is, and they know that he can't really be coming from anywhere else. The shield is going to be used, that spell shield. The shockwave used on OVO did not land. Teleport coming in as the Scion wants to join up again, try to make his impact felt. Smolder's mom is going to come through, do good damage to OVO, force a flash out of Fish One. They're going to try to turn around on 1xN, but he's able to get out. Magnet Storm down onto this Pantheon. Big Timbers getting dropped down on the 2 high-value members. Zika from behind, trying to do his thing, maybe trying to all out. He's in a 1v5. He manages to find Satap, and he's going to all out and take the Nocturne for a ride as he's got big damage, and he's looking to use
Zika,
it.
what?
He's going to go down as Zika is literally now 2v5ing because Highchow's helping his boy out, and Hoya is going to be the next target. And Zika comes up huge for LNG.
They're in the area, but I just don't know that Arky has any way to get into this pit. No paranoia, no flash. This is going to be the second Drake of the game going to LNG.
Really good stuff there. We do have Herald up on the top side. Xiaofeng and Zika are going to go and take care of that one, whereas Aki's just going to troll around on the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, he's potentially looking for a little bit of a dive angle right here onto Haichao and OVO, but they seem safe enough. They recognize that something's up and are going to step themselves back. And like you said, this is just giving more and more over. That's going to be the feats going over as well. The first 3 kills and 3 of those objectives too.
All right, we're seeing Hoya's teleport come in here. Right now, ThunderTalk have complete control. Fish One is not close. Spot him out here, forcing flashes as Feather burnt his. And there's 6,000, 5,000. Teleport is going to come in from Zika here. It's his time to shine. Let's see where Haichao puts the ball for a big shockwave here. His front lining right now is OVO. Hoya getting shoved off, but OVO's got to go back. Magnet Storm going to land it, does big damage as Feather is in trouble. Shockwave is only going to hit Tibbers. Hoya still front lining here as ThunderTalk got the dragon they're looking for.
Zika
the speed up
go.
on the Zika. Here comes the all out as he really wants to take out Satap. He's on Aki now, and coming down is Xiaofeng. They're going to turn their sights on the Satap, who's got no mana and got no health. And LNG will take the fight, but ThunderTalk will take the objective.
Yep, and Herald gonna come join Shelly getting involved. He thought about it. Xiaofeng thought about using it for a little bit of extra engage. Instead, is just gonna go and take the tower. Big injection of gold into their pockets. And now Xiaofeng tries to ride it away. Not gonna be allowed to do so. LNG, though, they're coming out on top of these fights every time.
Can't hit it from longer distance here. Remember that Otacon has been a big throw machine. You lose all of your resistances while you're doing it. It's down to about 7,000 HP. It's not fast enough, though. There's no vision yet for ThunderTalk as Hoya is trying to get that vision. A ward getting placed over the wall by Feather, but it's blocked out. Mom coming through, dealing some damage. Here we go. Lights are out, but it's smited away, secured by LNG. And Aki's up a little bit too far forward, and the rest of his team can't save him as Zika gets that kill. The stun onto OVO. We're going to find Sage for the shockwave, too. And the all-out is going to position Zika on a spot to try to find Feather. The Magnet Storm trying to do what they can to keep Zika away, but he is undaunted as he finds the Rel, and now getting good auto attack damage onto Hoya, onto 1xN. LNG are running over ThunderTalk.
But every time he does, he's trading it back.
He does have the execute available now at 237 stacks. We're going to try to make a play on the Satap over the wall. He's low. Paranoia going to get on a priority target. Fish One, he's going to have to ghost away. Spell Shield's not going to help him out there, so they're going to try to peel back and get Aki off of him. Fish One is still alive, but he has nowhere to go. Aki gets the kill. OVO is going to get executed too. And here comes this Smolder, who might be able to make some plays. Ultimate coming out here from the Pantheon. That Grand Starfall will split up ThunderTalk, but did you have a turret up in the top side here? Xiaofeng is going to get up close and personal. Flash over the wall. Stop. And they find him and take him out. Feather going to be the next target, and Zika is tanky enough to tank up this turret all day long as they are going to win this fight overwhelming.
LNG, they want that final matchup up against EDG to matter. They want to make it into those play-ins. They want that final matchup up against a Group Ascend team.
Barring a miracle steal, it is a 6,000 gold lead for LNG as they are once again looking to put the finishing touches on a game that they have.
Baron, obviously going to be the focus right here for LNG, and it is so much darkness that you're going to be walking into as ThunderTalk. Yeah, they can turn the lights back off as well, but I just do not know how they're going to get into the backline of this fight.
Satap trying to flank from the side here. Aki bringing up the rear. Does have that paranoia. Baron going to be peeled off. Fish One taking a lot of damage. He's down to about half HP. OVO wants to go in, slows up 1XN, can't quite get onto him because he gets interrupted, but here comes the Pantheon, trying to land right on top of the Smolder. Is he going to be able to find it because the lights are out? It's a little bit of trouble. Haichao is coming through, trying to use the ball defensively for Zika, and he does, but he's get caught by Satab. He's got a flash over the walls. Fish One is getting lower and lower, but the front line is winning. Zika just going forward. Shockwave lands onto Satab, takes him out, and now it's Hoya trying to get the rest of his team out of there as Feather, it might get run down by OVO. Luckily, that turret is there, but Hoya in zombie form, unable to close out on any kills. 1XN a little bit too far up. Stun down onto Xiao Feng. They're going to turn on the Feather. He uses that cleanse out of the spellbook as LNG will peel off. Will they do Baron?
Right now, but they are going to go and start up this Baron. OVO might get caught right here.
He's got to flash away. 1XN looking to execute him. Not going to be able to do so. Haichao got his back canceled. 1XN forced to cleanse.
He's dead.
He gets taken down by Xiao Feng. Feather will be the next target, and he will fall too. Aki is up. Does have paranoia in 8 seconds. Maybe a miracle can still happen, but a new challenger approaches. It's Aki, it's Satab, using his sweeper to try to find a way in. Now he's getting turned on here by Haichao, turns the lights out. He's exhausted. They're going to peel off the Baron, but no, the Baron is still going to be leashed. Hoya coming in. Aki wants to try to find an angle. He's going to try to take out this crab, and he will. Baron down to about 6,500 HP, but LNG still relatively healthy.
Aki, no
on
flash.
The hunt, going to get burnt with an extra movement speed. Zika over the wall, looking to just take Aki's time, because remember, he can't get close. Satab finds OVO, but Satab will only find death as Tibbers will go crazy, but it won't matter, and everybody on LNG draped in purple comes to LNG, and they are mere moments away from facing that reality bloxer, as Soul is theirs, is LNG's.
This is now going to be a 3-item Smolder. You are getting closer to potentially also being able to pick yourself up that 4th item. We're going to see ThunderTalk if they lose right here. They cannot afford to let anything more slip, but so far they just can't step up. They can't even clear these minion waves out.
The minions are still buffed up. This cannon minion still getting in some good work here. Now a new wave is getting escorted in.
And right now, he's just playing Protect the Cannon Minion, bodyguarding this one through, and it's just chugging this tower down slowly. Satab only now feeling comfortable enough to step up.
And finally, the pressure gets to ThunderTalk as the base has been broken. This middle inhibitor going to fall. I imagine LNG will either rotate down to the bottom side and go take out that turret as well, as it's on its last legs, and Xiao Feng is bringing this wave in. And ThunderTalk are running out of time, Bloxer. They need to do something to try to hold their ground. Hey, Zika is just too damn strong.
Yeah.
Takes a decent bit of damage. Mom going to come through, hit some targets over on the backside, but it's not going to be enough.
No.
Haichao now on the top side working on this turret.
Yeah, and every single time that you see this stall out a little bit right here for LNG, they're just waiting for these minion waves to come and back them up. Even without that Baron buff at this point, they're still going to be able to pick themselves up 2 inhibitors.
Here we go, Sion. Sion ultimate going to be used. Who are we going to hit? Zika going to bodyguard here, not take any damage. A methodical approach here from LNG. So they're looking to knock down the last tier 1 turret. Teleport coming in from Hoya. So he will show up. He's in the middle of everybody. He takes a lot of damage because Fish One does a lot now. Gonna turn off the lights here, try to get it on the Zika. Look at the back line here. Haichao manages to find Satab. Xiao Feng is still alive. Aki nowhere close to the team. The spear takes out 1XN, and Zika dives the turrets. LNG may have been on death's doorstep all season long. Call an ambulance, but not for them, as they cut the heart out of ThunderTalk and end their season.
Esports, especially when you have things like the Xayah, you want the teams to play and aggress into you, so it's a lot easier to build up those feathers and get a massive rake off with the Blade Caller up to go for Grubs uncontested. Navi cannot walk in because he's got no friends to help him at least enter just yet. WE should be able to claim 2 Grubs, and at this point, it's all 3 going their way.
This is a good start here for WE. They're not the team that's going to be hitting on side lane turrets as much, but 3 Grubs for an Azir, that feels incredibly nice for them. And Bong does have level 6, so can look for something a bit aggressive. You see that Monkey right now, all he has to do is just cover Karis. His mid lane is doing fine. They're going to eventually move over. Top Esports are giving up the mid wave positioning so they can get position on bottom. Oh!
369 gets scooped up by the Emperor's Divide, and because 369 does not have flash with this summoner spell set up, he gets put down in the dirt by a giant boulder. That's first blood. Going over to Monkey. Here comes Vampire's Pop Blossom onto Hong, forcing him to flash away. A teleport is answered by Q.
Taeyun.
As Cream has also TP'd over. Oh, Monkey stole the dragon too! Everything is going wrong for top esports, and they're trying to fight their way, kiting into the safety of their own jungle. Big blade caller from Jackie Love keeps them rooted, but his top lane is getting totally annihilated. WE go big with 4 kills at 11 minutes.
This is a great spot here for WE. They're going to see how much more gold they can get onto the Zir. 2-item Zir is a really big headache for top esports to deal with.
Not a lot of flashes available. Impale into the Pop Blossom. Monkey and Vampire working hand in hand. It's looking like Split 2 magic all over again. And solo laners are performing well, if not stable, which is a big check mark for WE. Monkey is able to find still an impactful early game as a little bit of aggression from Hong. Can he battle dance his way out of there? Quickness into the Cyclone. Is Monkey in trouble? The rest of WE members are here for the collapse. Monkey does get shut down, but quickly Care swoops in and finds Hong in the backline. But now he's isolated by 3 members, and Vampire and Taeyun are trying to do what they can to cook here. Good Kaisa with the reposition of the Killer Instinct at least allows him to take out Cream, but 369 tags him with the Needlework, slows him down, goes over the wall. Needlework tags Vampire once again. The table barb goes wide, and 369 will help top esports even the score.
I just had to set up the caster curse there. Karis, I think his idea was that he was moving forward into top esports so that he could use the ultimate, but then ends up taking too much damage anyway and still ends up dying, so...
Was being gouged by WE's early successes. Overall, 2.4 thousand gold in the bank in advantage, and it's spread somewhat evenly among a majority of the WE members here. The only person that doesn't have the advantage anymore is Monkey, but I think all things considered, that's your tank. It's okay if he doesn't have a gold advantage over the
So, I know we said that that was an advantage fight for top esports, and it was.
in the exchange, and it just might be enough to scare top esports from being able to threaten.
Yeah, they can't even do anything. Top esports are now going to try and move in mid, but by the time they get this wave, they have not nearly enough damage done to this turret yet. Cube even saves the top tier 1. Cream using this ultimate now. I don't think it turns into the turret, though. If there was more members, if Wukong with his Trinity Force was hitting, maybe there's a chance.
Well, he does hit Taeyun with a nice flake, and that gives him enough pressure, and with everyone else from top esports collapsing, they're able to pick up the first turret in the mid lane.
He will get his second point into his ultimate.
Oh, Karis. There's a
no
around the corner. He does not know Pepe left. Oh, okay. Well, Emperor's Divide pushes Kanavi back, and Karis is able to make his grand escape. And meanwhile, Taeyun was able to pick up, will force the flash out of Vampire.
Pretty big engagement tool. Ultimate out from Jackie Love in the ult land.
Waiting for the impale. Oh, you flashed into the impale, Jackie Love!
Jackie Love? That's right before the dragon. And that's so point potentially here for WE. Our top esports going to contest. 369 has teleport and he is taking a top tier 1, but this might not even be the dragon. We're going straight to Otacon with our Kaisa ripping this objective.
Kanavi has to pull out a miracle and try and see if he can steal the Otacon away from Monkey. Weaver's Wall from Cream goes in. Kanavi tries
Vampire.
to get through the Pop Blossom. He can't get in. Kanavi takes out Vampire, but the Otacon is secured by Monkey. Ishtal Impact slams 369 into the wall. Kanavi gets dropped by Karis, and the rest of WE are rolling over top esports in our first game.
The item advantage was too strong. Jackie Love, we're going to continue to fight here.
Can he cook? Okay, he finds Taeyun. He can kill Monkey before they secure the dragon. Okay, at the very least, top esports will deny the third dragon of the game from WE, but they still...
Fair, but you can go later for some of these waves. This choke point hold, I love this. Ooh. Kanavi gets to find Cube. Is this WE getting picked out on side lanes again?
Just might be. The pitcher-in-pitcher is not expanding. Looks like they believe that it's nothing more will evolve from this encounter. Oh no, Kanavi doesn't get to take the portal, he gets spited. He's forced to flash over the wall before Monkey tries to look for the impale, but he does make it out alive. Close the game from this point on, as we still have a Baron coming up in the next minute.
I don't like this. WE, they need to fight now. They're pulling Cube over while they're missing waves.
Pop Blossom onto a couple members, stunned up by the Impale. Jackie Love goes into the air with a Featherstorm. Taeyoon finds his moment and assassinates Jackie Love in the back line. Equalizer from Cube, split up the fight. Cream and 369 trying to work together against the three-man squad from WE. They're all split. With 369, can he safely walk up here? The Ishtal impact will slam him into the wall. Cream can't do anything to save his top laner. He finds a flick onto Cube, but there's practically no damage coming out from this Talia. Now he's trying to run for the hills, but Hong has Smite. I've seen crazier things happen in this league. 5,000 HP. Monkey has 1,200 versus 900 from Hong. He goes in. No way this is going. Oh, yep. He gets killed before he even gets a chance to look for the steal. Nicely done from WE to respect even a unsealed spellbook Smite. And Baron is secured.
For gold and a ton of pressure to WE from a team that we're expecting so much more from as our regular season first place.
Oh, Vampire with the three-man Pop Blossom. Does he have follow-up? Cube comes over the top with the equalizer. Taeyoon's into the back line looking for Kanavi. Cream now has arrived, but Taeyoon flashes over the seismic shove, and Cream just gets blown to shreds. Top Esports lose out on 3 in a blink of an eye, and WE can continue the siege.
Baron here for 2 more minutes, a wave coming in through bottom lane. Cube's gonna push this mid, and as they continue to play out, Dragon will spawn and put them on soul point if they really want it. With 3 grubs, how much further does WE end up going? This could be at the very least an inhibitor if they decide.
Inhibitor turret will fall for WE. The inhibitor will be the next on the chopping block here. It looks like WE will not breed for any more. They have broken open the base against Top Esports.
Room as the Zaya to lay down all those feathers when you have the Azir and the Kaisa threatening you on the back line. Dragon's gonna get taken for Kanavi.
Dragon. Top Esports were able to get here first, but now can they get out alive? That's the question. You can see that the walls are starting to close in. They hold the ground for now. Great equalizer from Cube. Jackie Love and Cream getting melted as the Ishtal's impact forces Hong to spring backwards, but he still gets killed in mid-air. Kanavi has the center with the Cyclone. Pop Blossom is dodged by Jackie Love's Featherstorm, but now he's in trouble. Karis goes for the Emperor's Divide, and Jackie Love, even though he flashed over, it does not matter. At the end of the day, the Impale will bring Kanavi right back into WE's waiting arms. That's the ace at 27 minutes. That's WE taking game 1.
What the hell, man? I love the LPL. We thought this could have been a matchup that goes to expectation, but WE, as per usual, they're going to take us to at least a 2-game series here against Top Esports and in dominating fashion.
WE, I don't know what they ate before going into this match, but that form was absolute fire and very reminiscent of the upset they pulled off against Top Esports in playoffs of Split 2. And then get out with the EQ, so there's ways to play around it, but Top Esports overall, an effectively very short-range composition into WE here.
That's not going to be the case. He's going to go finish his full clear on the bottom side. Monkey is going to skip his red buff because he has to be here for his bottom lane.
And they're gonna dive bot lane. Taeyoon has nowhere else to go. Hong is able to tank out the last turret shot, and it resets back onto the minion wave, and because Vampire does not have flash, he can't even go for a punish.
Also be really primed for this bottom lane to take advantage of this Scion and set up for a potential kill here.
Now, a lot of aggressive damage from Cubes, Cassante onto 369. I'm curious if WE can set themselves up for an early Dragon. Oh, nice EQ by Kanavi, set up by Cream with the Empowered Room Prison. Karis cannot get away or flash in time, but now it's a 4-man dive set up against 369, not level 6 yet. Can he hit it off the minion wave? Goes for the Decimating Smash, might just be too long to be able to get to that level 6 point. Kanavi and Cream arrive with the Realm Warp. Doesn't look like he needs it. And WE do a good job at least pushing out the rise. Kanavi gets 1 grub before the rest of WE start piling on in. Cream does have
Scion's
teleport.
Gonna come. Yeah. Cream's teleport is still not gonna be up for another like 8 seconds though, so he's gonna be late. He's really low for this play.
369. Here comes the 369 train. Barely misses Karis, but he bounces off the wall, finds the knockup onto Cube instead. It's all out chaos in the middle of the river. Cream trying to pump out as much damage as he can while low on the rise.
Oh no.
Cube getting aggressive on the Hong. He's able to flash away, but Jackie Love is about to get dropped by Karis' Aurora. And don't tell me it's another disaster for Top Esports as WE just wiped the floor with them.
And Top Esports draft is really robust and very easy to execute on.
Top Esports were trying to start up the first Dragon of the game, but the immediate teleport from Karis on the objective means that WE get a leash from Top Esports.
Cube will get there in time, but late afterwards. We're trying to go
Slamming
for
into
Karis
Karis.
here. He has ult.
No flash available. Another decimating smash. I mean,
Karis!
Karis just does not want to pop the Between Worlds until it's too late.
Karis! What are we doing?
The Rift Herald spawning in 20 seconds. They are uncontested right now on the tier 1 turret. Hong is going to stop the recall. That's huge. He doesn't have TP on this Corki either, so this is now Top Esports in a major position to contest this Rift Herald.
Hong is fine. He's playing Braum. They didn't get too much on this bottom side play. Cube's going to look to teleport into this Herald. And it is up to WE. How do they secure this objective right now? And do they feel comfortable with the items that they have to be able to match up versus Top Esports?
TP's coming in early from Cube. Finally is matched by 369 on the Scion. Rift Herald below 5,000 HP, still plenty of time, but the eye drops it to 2K. Here comes 369 for the unstoppable onslaught. Monkey goes in. It's Kanavi that secures the objective. Between Worlds catches everyone in, but Jackie Love and Cream are staying safe, and now they walk forward and they start pumping damage through WE's backs. Cube takes 369 on the other side of the wall, but he still has the flash to be able to reposition to safety with the rest of his team. Cube goes aggressive, but this might have been ill-fated. They find enough damage on the 369, and they're still trying to play out these battle lines, but the calling comes back off a cooldown. Realm Warp for what? I guess it's able to scare Tay.
Wait, they can win this, they can win this!
But Jackie Love is still playing. He flashes forward onto Tay over the barrier for the bait. Does he have the vision advantage? They both go down. It's chaos in the river. Karis able to find one more blast on the Kanavi. It goes pretty damn even in the end.
Should have been up to Vampire. He's trying to stop Hong. I think this is a huge misunderstanding of how you're supposed to execute in these fights, but sports aren't in as commanding of a lead or a position in this game as maybe they're thinking, but look at the items that they have. 2 item completions for almost all of their members on the side of Top Esports, while WE still waiting on finding some of those completions. So while gold is at an all-time premium,
Vampire has no flash from before. Even through the Unbreakable Will, he's getting brought down critically low. Jackie Love able to finish the job here. Cube is also caught, and he ends up getting blasted by Cream. Kanavi needs to make sure he gets out. Karis has teleported in between worlds. Look at the damage with the weirding. Blast Kanavi back to the 5th dimension. Cream now tries to step up, sees if he can find some overloads, but Karis is starting to manage this fight pretty darn well, but he's going to get chased by 369, and he gets sent to the Shadow Realm by the unstoppable onslaught. And now Jackie Love has a tank on his side, dashes in, pops his own barrier, and this time gets the better of Taeyun.
a turret here as well. Top Esports are barely winning out on these plays, and it's giving them small gold advantages.
3,000 gold. Jackie Love is about to finish his 3rd item before Taeyun even finishes his 2nd.
Potentially going to Monkey.
Monkey gets knocked up. He gets put into the baby cage. Monkey's got nowhere else to go. He already burned the flash, and he ends up getting blasted. Now WE have to carry on the fight through. Hong gets a lot of damage taken out of his health bar, and the bleed and the passive from Karis is able to finish the job. But now Karis falls, and Q goes all out on the Kanavi, but can he have the damage to actually look for the jungler? It's not going to be the case. Jackie Love goes over. Oh no! Vampire punted Jackie Love away! Oh, that might have been a little bit of a saving grace, a consolation prize for WE, but in the end, Jackie Love still survives.
Been caught out way too many times in this game. Kind of a hallmark performance, I would say, where there are just individuals who are not performing here for WE. Vampire, I think, kind of confused on what he's supposed to do on this Alistar. I feel like Vampire has not been able to pilot this Vampire in the way that we would have expected.
Monkey still
dead
finally
again.
gets to use his flash, but 369 is going to lock him down with a decimating smash. And the rest of Top Esports taking that first game very personally, ensuring that Monkey is always the first one to fall here. The 369 unstoppable onslaught just deletes Vampire from the game. Taeyun gets flashed on, even though he used his own summon spell to try and escape. One that is putting in any significant work or at least revenge kills in these exchanges. But unfortunately for WE, that's just not enough, especially when the enemy Lucian is now 3.5k gold ahead, and Corki now just getting a chance to complete his War Mana.
Alright, so Dragon does go over to Top Esports as they complete that. Aurora can look for a teleport. Don't have too many wards behind them, but just having the Hextech portals again. There's that single ward behind him, right next to the Dragon. It seems like that's the angle here from Top Esports. Can WE take them down?
Top Esports know that the flank is coming from Karis. Jackulov opens up with the pulling, decent damage, but now they have to be careful about where this Bunny Witch is trying to hide. Gets massive damage onto Cream at 369, but can Karis escape? Kanavi repositions to his other backliners as Jackulov is all isolated, but he's totally fine. He's got the mobility to dash in and out, and 369 is manhandling Karis all by himself. He gets Cream in for the alley-oop. WE gonna get aced at 24 minutes in Top Esports. I don't know if they have enough time to finish the game, but they're gonna try.
Top Esports, I'm looking at 369. He's got his teleport. They're going to look to try to end this one. Long death timers and 10 seconds before Vampire is up. This could be the end of game 2. And of course, couldn't have been any other way, Rafa. We got WE going to 3.
Top Esports had something to say after the way WE were able to destroy them in game 1. They bounced right on back with just as much fury and decimation from the side of WE in game 1. Top Esports, even the score. We're going to game 3.
Let's look at these lanes right now. I think this is a difficult lane to play in topside. Obviously, 369 will have the range advantage from the Gnar, but while in mini, Cube can actually find some early lane aggressiveness, especially with the Shadow Dash.
I mean, Cream is walking back from mid lane. Maybe they can just try and look for Karis, but he will have Spirit Rush, so even though he is down Flash, should still have enough escape tools to be able to get out.
Eventually execute. So, I want to see if Kanavi's actually going to do anything on this Zed, because you have targets, but I think a Shen and an Renata makes
looking
it
for
hard.
Monkey. He knows that Karis just got chunked. He has Spirit Rush available, but he cannot save his jungler, and that is first blood for Kanavi Zed. As Olaf, you can spam your undertones, you can spam your reckless swing, you might be able to at least get 2, if not all 3. Kanavi, though, is spotted over the wall. Looks like 2 grubs are secure for WE. Monkey still has Smite. Kanavi's now into the pit, and he's got more friends on his side, but no death mark available now for another 30 seconds. Monkey has the stand united. The taunt comes in from Cube, and Kanavi's forced to W over the wall, but Cube will fall with the flash over, and that ensures that the Shadow Ninja is gone. Cream forced out of the fight. Karis pursuing with the Spirit Rush. 369 slams Monkey into the river, but is still forced to flash because the rest of WE are still stronger in the river.
And it's the feats of warfare going over to Team WE. If they can abuse a Shen's base cooldowns and all of his kit to essentially just be down 30 CS but still win this game, I think it's an impressive study here from WE.
Flash from Karis, looks for the charm. Cream gets pulled in by the handshake. That's the Annie gone. But she did do a decent amount of burst damage onto Monkey's Olaf. Jackulov trying to now poke with these piercing arrows, and 369 has arrived to the party. He's still in mini form, but he can try and fish for boomerangs. Another good charm from Karis. Jackulov throws out the chain of corruption. Taeyun now goes forward, but now Deathmark can just pop on top of him, and he's not going to get the reset with the bailout. Monkey tries to pop the Ragnarok, see if he can turn it around. Stand United's coming in from Cube. It's going to give Monkey everything he needs to carry the remainder of this fight. Cube dashes in, forces the flash out of Kanavi, and somehow, some way, WE still win the fight.
That pulled on my cord, but we're good. We're okay. We're alive. Top laners are fighting. We got Dragon here. Vampire
with the handshake flash read onto Kanavi. He has no flash. He's forced to use the death mark. Tries to pop Vampire, but even through the bailout, he doesn't even need it. Oh wait, Kanavi gets another last-minute shield. He needs it. Vampire before getting going down, and Taeyun just deletes Jackulov in the other isolated skirmish. Karis is going crazy on this Ahri.
The 7th best team in the LPL right now in Group Ascend, and they are potentially about to take down the 1st place team in Top Esports. I just want to check real quick. I'm looking at our Twitch polls right here, right before the Herald. 73% of fans in the chat thought that Top Esports were going to win. I think that says a lot for the expectations of this match.
Oh no. Okay, well 369 gets collapsed. He's able to flash the undertow, still has enough HP to fight again. Monkey has Stand United coming through. Cube is able to taunt Jackulov. He cleanses.
He's alive!
But can he get out? Cube is looking for one more taunt dash, but he cannot close the distance. Jackulov still contributing with piercing arrows, but the rest of the fight is going WE's way! As once again, Taeyun finds himself transcendent above the rest of Top Esports and picks up a triple.
That's going to be a turret as well going over to WE. No fight can look bad when you have a Olaf rampaging into the backline. He didn't need the Renata to be there because basically he takes out so much HP. 369 and Cream floundering. Look at this game. My solo lanes are 2-5-2 in this game.
The stand of 369 thinking that he could chunk out Karis before the fight. We're back to live. Oh my goodness. Kanavi was able to at least steal or smite the Rift Herald away, but no one can walk in to claim the eyes. So in the end, the objective goes to no one, and WE win another fight.
Maybe a slide in form. Maybe they're just taking it easy as we go into playoffs so they don't choke there too.
Looking for Monkey. They know that there is no Shen ultimate. The Death Mark should be able to pop him, but the bailout, don't tell me he lives. They finally get a chance to pop the Viking.
Oh, Taeyun!
But Taeyun comes over the wall. He just flashes and he goes transcendent once again. He's in a 1v3. He's got Karis now to back him up. Good charm. Catches Hong. Sets up another one, but Kanavi goes crazy. Is able to dash the Shadow Clone and pick up a shutdown onto Taeyun.
And now, some time for Top Esports to actually hit these waves and farm. That was 3 kills going over to them. And
built a little bit earlier. I can respect the Black Cleaver being rushed because he had the economy for it. It gives him the ability haste to spam these abilities. Now WE trying to burn down this dragon. Kanavi and Cream step up. Monkey goes crazy. He's got the Stand United shield, but Kanavi tries to go back in. Deathmark trying to play Dance Simulator on them, just burning all these cooldowns. Meganor from 369 throws the ball into the wall. Kanavi, that was beautiful. He caught WE slipping and made them all look the wrong way. Top Esports get the dragon, and they completely wipe WE.
Oh, WE, don't throw this game! Bailout was coming through for Vampire, so he couldn't move. He was rooted thanks to Hong. And now that was the dragon, the 2 fights in a row around this bottom side, and an Otacon and a turret. Top Esports are about to make a huge gold swing, down 2,000 gold, now up almost 4.5, 5,000 composition. He has some backup dancers for sure, but WE are now walking into the river, and 2 of their main carries are half HP to start.
Oh, flash from Cream for Tibbers right onto the front line, and it's Karis that gets dropped. Monkey tries to send it, but he gets dropped immediately after 2. 369, flash Meganor onto the back line. Top Esports, led by Kanavi on the Zed, are able to just delete WE from the game.
That's going to be the Baron as well. Top Esports, man, it just feels like they can do no wrong, where we may have had doubts during this game.
It was definitely looking rough in the first half. They had us, not gonna lie. But Top Esports are able to bring it back, and through persistence and sheer will, they're able to find enough fights.
In Vampire, you have no real engage as WE, so Monkey and the rest of this team, who he is the leader of, they need to synchronize themselves a little bit more.
3 levels above Olaf, 3 levels above the squishiest carry on WE's side in Taeyun. Alec, do you get to play the game as an AD carry against a level 16 Zed?
No, but as you can see for Taeyun, he has made a few decisions in this game going on for very long. So they're gonna get themselves another turret. Still Baron here, a minute left for Top Esports, and WE just feel like they're lost. They're trying to find anything on that. There's no jungle camps for them to take. There's no objectives for them to play for because they're so far pushed into their base, and they don't have any ways to play. Look at Monkey!
Cream? Monkey's trying to dive Cream by himself, and even with the Stand United shield, he cannot survive much longer. Cube gets caught by the Chain of Corruptions. Look at Kanavi diving into the back line, looks for the Death Mark onto Karis and Vampire, goes back in with the Shadow Clone, looks for another one, finally gets dropped by Cube in the end. But Top Esports should still be strong enough to make the siege.
I've been so happy. 1,100 gold, a huge shutdown onto Kanavi, goes to Vampire. Huge, big moves coming on through. This is a teleport. I think this might just be end of the game. 10 seconds, and there's nobody from WE that can stop these waves.
To be fair, it was Cube that got the shutdown, but I think your point still stands.
Live by Monkey, you die by Monkey.
Die by Monkey.
And as we
Monkey
speak,
is about to die again, but he gets one last shield, the bailout. Can he cut through? Nope, he cannot get through the Karma shield, and Jackie Love is able to survive through it all. Picks himself a double, and now 369 doesn't have flash, but he tries to get in range, throws a house at Vampire, slows him down, and be able to pick it up for a boomerang toss. And Top Esports not going to be able to clinch any more members here and try to lock them down, but they will push into the base, probably for the win here.
well, if it's not mid-wave, it'll be on that bottom lane wave as well. Cream kind of waiting for for Tibbers to die so that he can get his cooldown back. Monkey spawns in 15, Karis in 20. The Top Esports are looking to put the finishing touches on what has been a pretty back and forth series with our 7th place team.
WE had us in the first half, but Top Esports now trying to put the finishing touches on the second half. Depth mark onto Vampire. Cannot be getting caught out by the handshake. Does not matter. He's got a GA for a second life anyway. Monkey tries to turn it around and make one last Hail Mary and saving the game, but he gets destroyed by Cream's Annie, and the rest of Top Esports will do away one after another on the remaining members of WE. The Miracle 3 win streak dream is completely dead, as Karis does find himself Jackie Love in the end, but there are still 3 members. A quadra kill for Cream's Annie will finish the series in style for Top Esports. We're gonna pop Mantra E for movement speed. We're gonna pop on the Hunt Sivir, and everyone is just going to zoom on in, and maybe Way finds a W onto multiple members, and that's a shockwave, and you know, that's what you're hoping for. An empowered Comet Spear, especially with the execute.
Way is so smart here. He has to go top here. He has to cover this because Tien is going to go for the dive. Exhaust available here for the Shy.
Steadfast Presence blocks the dash from the Shy, and he knows that he is cooked. It's first blood for Tien's Poppy.
Wow. Double scuttle here potentially for Way.
That Crisp had a Bard skin, but
it is just scary.
I gaslit myself. Oh, Way is going to flash W. He might be in range with the movement speed. Yes, he gets it, and he donates the kill. Actually, he still takes it in the end. Crisp is able to at least stop Rookie and Way from being able to continue further, but there's nothing to be done. The kill has already been exchanged, and Xiaohu goes down.
It's like a paycheck. You donate the check to yourself into your bank account. So plus 300 going over to Way on that one. And got the flash away from Xiaohu, which is very important in this matchup. When you have this ultimate, you can always try to look for something in the shockwave. Drop this wave, teleport for the play, and become a huge nuisance and make a numbers advantage for IG.
Tien does hit level 6 here, so he has to keep his verdict available if he wants to try and punt away IG members from securing these grubs. Chris trying to see if he can threaten Gala on the left side. He's isolated from the rest of IG's team. Xiaohu looking for the Weaver's Wall. Doesn't find them in the pincer. Seismic Flick onto Way. Gets blocked by the Steadfast Presence. Keeper verdict just for an additional knockup. And IG might just be cooked here in the river. Mingo falls first. Way's on the wrong side of the tracks. And Weibo Gaming are going to start coming away with a huge advantage in the early game.
3 kills. They got 1 grub there for IG. Need to be a little creative. Dragon spawns in a minute, and Chris now has the ultimate, Tempered Fate. So if they can find something, play on side lanes was an angle.
Powered stun right on top of Breeze. The Shy, it's a lot of damage with the exhaust. Should be enough for him to finish off
Way
the kill.
dies.
Unfortunately for Way, we'll go down to the turret, and here comes Tien looking for the collapse on the Shy. He's not going to be able to escape, and Tien's Poppy is starting to become a huge threat in this early game. A lot of tools expended by Waybo, but can IG still finish the dragon before Waybo get in position here? And it looks like they still will.
There's no reason for Weibo to ever be able to contest the dragon after they can't kill Way. This is part of the issue I talked about from draft. Tien steals away a camp, but I just don't know how much this is actually going to get. Panda doesn't have ultimate, and it looks like IG, there's no protection for this dive. Way's going to go to his camps.
Way said good luck. 0-7 to the Shy on Gwen. Seismic Flick does not find its mark there, but Tien finds the kill anyway.
And they still have these Hextech portals. It's going to be Weibo first to this objective, but there are some flank wards that are available to IG. No teleports available either. Oh.
The Shy with the Steadfast Presence is locked down, and they even had the Tempered Fate to see if he could at least neutralize the turret or prevent the Shy from getting away. The Shy has been getting cyberbullied this opener of the series, and that should be first brick going to the way of Weibo Gaming.
This is also maybe some payback, okay? The Shy playing against some of his former org, playing against his former teammates in Xiaohu, Light, and Crisp. He's like, I didn't think you guys were going to all be reunited. I thought you didn't want to play with Crisp anymore. And he's like, you know what?
This is for finals against T1.
Oh, no, dude. Come on. That wasn't even his fault, bro. He literally carried them to that. He's like, it's not my fault. I bodied Bin. I did my job. And Dragon spawns in 50. I feel like with the items that they're having, yes, Weibo can play. Oh,
Deadly
definitely
Flourish.
now.
Tien is able to lock him down. Keeper's verdict. Light looking for the curtain call bullets. One more in the chamber. And he doesn't even need to use the fourth one because he already took out Mako using the third bullet.
Mako dying. The Shy's going to finally pick up a turret for himself, but it's not going to matter. He's still down 40, and Breathe is doing the same thing to his bot tier 1 here. So
So IG trying to now contest Waybo on this third dragon of the game.
It's 1,000 here for Tien. Tien on this Poppy needs to be a big game changer here. The Shy just teleported into this fight. Oh god!
Oh no, the anti-synergy Tempered Fade blocks out a lot of the damage from the Equalizer. That's 2 ultimates just gone for free. And now IG should have uncontested control over the third dragon of the game.
Oh god. They use the Herald in mid. So Waybo, they're going to try and grab this mid turret. That is 2 flashes from Crisp and Xiaohu. Waybo, what the hell is going on?
And the Shy pulls in Breathe thanks to being a Shockwave ball carrier. Off of the wave, pushing into the mid-tier 1. Waybo will guarantee more map control, more free access into both of these jungle quadrants, which will make IG's job and lives even harder. Gala potentially getting stunned up on the wall here. Keeper's Verdict lands for the knockup, gets stunned up by the Cosmic, binding the Tempered Fate onto Karma, ensures that there's no shield saving him this time around. The Shy is now in the middle of 3 people. Magical Journey takes a couple away. The Shy trying to do what he can in the middle of 4 people, but he's got no homies, he's got no reinforcements. Way finally comes in for the Grand Starfall, finds the Comet Spear onto Breathe, but Way will surely fall. He's got the shield. Can he get out? Does he have the movement speed? Rookie gets caught out by the Cosmic Binding, and now Tien is on the hunt for more. Slams into Mako, gets the Hammer Shock for the shield. Wait a minute, Shockwave, that's a lot of damage on the Tien, but he gets the Thunder Sky proc for a lot of healing back on the Poppy. 4-0 and 7. Tien is probably having one of his best games of the split right now. But the Triumph into the Thunder Sky healing proc.
They get
IG are the first ones here. No way, they burned this down. No way, they burned this down. 5,000 HP, 4,000 HP. Weibo Gaming stall it out with the Tempered Fate. Can the Shy and Way secure the 1600? Way is able to get the Otacon now. Everyone just run for your lives. But Gollum wants to turn on the Jets and try and see if he can find some kills here. The movement speed from the On the Hunt allows him to run away, but now Tien is coming in and collapsing on the right side for the flank. Curtain Call separated their escape route, and Rookie's got nowhere left to go. Shockwave does nothing. Rookie forced to flash, tries to look for a return kill, gets nothing, and Weibo Gaming pick up the ace at 23 minutes.
No ability for them to do so, and there's no engage from them, something that they were lacking from this draft.
Meanwhile, pitcher-in-pitcher, a lot of commotion into the bottom quadrant of IG's jungle. Mako gets blowed up, and Way gets slammed into the wall. Light now 7-0 and 5 on the Jhin, about to complete his 3rd item of the game. This Jhin has been unaffected, unpressured by IG, and he is able to just rock out so much damage. This is now a 6,000 gold advantage, almost 7,000 gold advantage for Weibo at 24 minutes.
Way's like, okay, how do I finish my 2nd item when all my jungle camps are gone? 2 turrets, mid tier 2, bottom lane tier 2, the dragon as well. So do you have a Sivir who eventually will just be able to be a hyper carry and just clear through all of these waves?
They are so far ahead, it's almost 8,000 gold ahead. But you remember the past series that these two played. Maybe they can close out the game if they get a series of successful picks here. Mako does not go down yet. He is healing substantially off of the shields, off of the empowered W, but still in the end goes down. I am cautiously optimistic.
IG have won such incredibly disgusting games that they should have 0 business doing so. Shy's gonna see if he can find the 1v2. This is stopping Baron, and there's a play in mid lane currently.
Dodges the seismic shove here, gets a decent amount of damage onto Xiaohu. He is living for a lot longer than maybe he should be allowed to, but in the end...
That's the current call from Light, and the flash no longer available here for Wei. He used his ultimate and...
Mako!
Oh, Mako, we just spawned and we're dead again! Poppy should make her way over. It looks like we're gonna go 1 more mid wave, and then Baron being started here. Resoundingly decided with how they've been able to play with their mid-jungle support.
Crisp even on bodyguard duty just to make sure that Way doesn't do any funny business of looking for a cheeky Baron steal. It is secured by Weibo in the end.
I'll find it. That was incredible. But effectively, this game should be over. You can kind of see they're trying to play a little bit more aggressive. Rookie can just walk this one out.
Tien, he's forced to flash away. He's got enough movement speed and healing from the rest of his comrades to be able to bail him out. He was forced to flash. Now he's winding up the Keeper's Vert to see if he can punt away any members of IG from defending the turret. He gets 2. If
Tien gets caught out,
if that's a 1k gold shutdown, and immediately the gold just evaporates like that. They're making the siege onto the bottom inhibitor tower. Two-man Tempered Fate. Tien is walking up, looking for the steadfast presence to keep them locked in place. The Shy buying some time on the front line, able to sidestep with the seismic shove. Wei steps up, Tien getting dropped. He's compromised. He throws out to keep his verdict, but no one can assist him for the side of Waybo. That's a 1K gold shutdown going into the pockets of IG. Can they continue the fight? Can they continue the base defense? They drop the Shy. Gala, Rookie, and Mako have to survive so that Weibo Gaming don't end the game right here, right now. Last curtain call bullet tags Gala for half of his HP, but at the end of the day, IG are still standing. Okay. To close out from their position, and IG are making them work for it. Seismic Shove catches Wade, does practically no damage thanks to the power of that empowered shield. Chris, is he in trouble?
Oh no,
Gets
Chris,
canceled on the
please,
portal.
please!
No, Chris, not like this. The Magical Journey's gonna carry him away. Magical Journey and Cosmic Binding at least stuns him up. The Shy caught in the Temper Fate, but they drop Chris. That's another objective bounty going over to the side of IG. I don't know where. Somewhere on the map, the minion waves are pushing in favor of IG, and now they can look for their third dragon of the game.
Okay, Tien's can be on the flank. He doesn't have flash, but he does have this Keeper's Verdict. It is all 5 and a shockwave here for Rookie. Equalizer's up as well, and it misses.
Wait, secures the dragon. Objective bounty number 3 goes in the pockets of IG. Breathe cannot pull out the flank. He's forced the flash. The Shy now steps
The Shy?
in a 1v3. He's buying so much time. The needlework doing so much damage to the Xiaohu. He gets dropped. Tien is forced to step up. Light has to carry this fight throughout. He pops one alongside Xiaohu. Gallon Rookie now
Wait,
caught
Light,
out.
Light.
This could be Light's moment. Gallon trying to step up in a 1v3. The Deadly Flourish does not connect thanks to the spell shield, but Tien cannot close the distance, and Light is biding his time. Doesn't
He
have
can
the
kill him.
advantage. Pots Rookie. Gallon throws out the boomerang blade. Cannot finish him off. Light has one more bullet in the chamber. Looks for Mako. Pops him. Gets the double kill, but it's the boomerang blade from Gallon that gets the headshot on the Light. IG all get dropped, but Weibo, I don't think they have enough time to finish the game.
When I look at these fights, Rafa, what our audience needs to be paying attention to is these waves right now. Top lane and bottom lane pushing.
Looking for Gala.
Oh, no.
Gala gets caught by the Keeper's Verdict, but the Shockwave snags Light. Remember, the Shy can threaten him to pop the GA. Light gets a last-minute shield and healing as the Temper Fate buys some time. Gala's caught in it, but Tien could be the next one to fall as the Shy is pressuring through this left flank. Curtain call from Light. Super low on HP, but still trying to fire bullets now. So the Shy trying to threaten. Light able to pop the heal for the movement speed. The Shy goes golden thanks to the Seeker's arm guard. Breathe, still running for his life. IG, still pushing. They're still pursuing Weibo. How the hell are they doing this? Down so much gold.
They're gonna get the Baron.
Refuse to lose.
But he stops Xiaohu from getting into this fight. The Baron's gonna be started here for IG.
Tien is up, but Wei has also redeployed back on the map. He can easily join IG. And the fact that Weibo are so scared, they can't even contest the Baron until it's too late. Tien walks up. They get the Baron sound across Summoner's Rift.
Let's just take some turrets.
Yep. Yeah, just pressure the mid lane while you have the Baron buff on your side. And this is where the superior decision making, the smart map play from IG can thrive.
There is no flash available for Gala, and a lot of ultimates are missing. Tien's Keeper's Verdict has to be a game changer. He has to land it, and this dragon's already gone.
3k HP, Wei sidesteps the seismic shove, he secures the dragon, it's the soul for IG at 37 minutes, Tien overextended, gets caught out, and now Wei has the opportunity to make the comeback, secured here, teleport from the Shy, looking to cut off Light, GA, be damned, because that thing is not going to save you from the Shy's Gwen as he manages to find a flash, but the Shy should have one more dash, and here comes the Grand Starfall to make Light Star fall in the top side of the jungle. This Jin has been finally defeated for a second time, and IG are on the victory march.
Can they do it though? Baron still for 45 seconds. Talia can kind of hold. She'll have access to the Weaver's Wall so they can delay the wave, and a Tempered Fate potentially to even stop the turrets from going down. Weibo lost this game from 10,000 up and will have a gold lead when this game is over.
IG, all 5 strong, pushing into the Nexus Towers. Weibo doing everything they can to hold the line, but destiny arrives all the same for IG. Run from it, dread from it. IG, take game 1.
I feel like IG's comp is one where You have a strong mid jungle to work around. You're giving Rookie the ability to play forward and up with his front line and find those engagements.
Vision only in the river, but there's nothing in the tri-bush. Light and Crisp are so overextended. Mako and Gala are about 50% HP. Decent chunk from Light with a phosphorus bomb. Mako goes in, forces the Valkyrie. They're gonna get aggressive.
Crisp?
Blade Caller roots up Crisp. He finds a Tingle Bar, but now he realizes it was all an elaborate bait and ruse, and Crisp knows better to flash out of that scenario. It is first blood for Wei Zhenjiao. Tian is the first one here in the river.
Gets spotted. Galio does have ultimate, so an engage is good.
Oh no, Tian. Oh no, Tian. You don't know where Wei is? Gotta be careful. He's able to use the clone to distance himself away, but takes about 50% of his HP as a trade. And now Mako trying to threaten. I mean, Tibbers is doing so much work right now. Crisp, does he want to look for a flash Tangle Barbs? Doesn't find it. Doesn't use the flash. Tian trying to wait for an opportunity to strike. He's still not level 6. I don't know if he's going to get a level 6 off the crab. Cleanse already used by Light. Taunt on the way. He gets bursted out, and now Weibo Gaming have the numbers advantage here. Flash from Tian. He gets the level 6 from the Cyclone and the kill. Now looking for the engage. Follows up with another knock up onto the back line. Gala gets bursted out. Mako and Rookie trying to run, but Mako won't make it far, and Weibo Gaming pick up the feat of warfare.
Oh, and Crisp, he's looking for it. One more auto, 2 more autos, 3 more autos maybe? Hey! So 4 kills for 1.
Find the first explosive start in this game too. Now, there's nothing to write home about for Weibo Gaming yet. It's a good way to kick off the second game. We need to see them carry the advantage through.
So Rookie is going to help push in mid.
Oh. Okay, well, thankfully, even though Chris did not have flash, he had the heal to give himself a bit of an extra HP. Waiting for Rookie. Justice punch into the face. Summoner heal spell not gonna do anything because the taunt still connects. Mako in trouble. Has the battle dance. Wei getting aggressive as he dashes right onto Light.
Oh
Xiaohu now completely isolated from the rest of Weibo Gaming members here. Oh no, Xiaohu! He committed to the play, but Weibo could not bail him out.
But the idea of the play is, I think, the big problem here from Weibo.
Wei trying to see if he can sneak another dragon away. I mean, the smite was a little early from Tian. It got to 42 HP, but thankfully for him, Wei could not get in range to look for a steal here.
Because we're seeing that Xiaohu is dropping waves first and then moving, I feel like it's a pretty big problem here.
Crescent Guard deflects Tian as he pops the Cyclone, but the public execution will fall on Mako, and that's a kill advantage for Weibo. The Shy steps up. He's able to create space for Gala. That's a lot of damage on Debris. Flash Pop Blossom from Chris, instantly negated by Gala's Featherstorm. And there's no other engage tools for the side of Weibo. They're just going to try to scrap this one out. The Flash for Breathe connects into the back. Gala tries to at least cancel out for a couple kills back, but he falls to Tian's Wukong at the end of the day.
Like the Shy just 2v1.
Is still too tanky, but here comes the hero's entrance from Xiaohu. Tries to walk through the decimating smash. The Shy is able to kill the Wukong.
He's gonna get more!
The Xiaohu doesn't have enough damage, dude! The Shy! What a Giga Chat on the Scion!
Alive, and we come back out, and now, what does IG decide to do? Are they going to be looking for Flash and some kind of engagement? They have Gala having his ultimate soon. The Shy is going to push on top side and does have both his ultimate and his teleport. It's going to be the Dragon secured here by Weibo. See, like, Galio can still be in Tribrush here and still threaten for what could be on a topside play. Annie's alone by herself in mid. Oh, the public execution misses from Breathe, but they can stop Annie from getting into this fight and make it an advantage.
Rookie steps up, throws down the stun, flashes away immediately. Mako now trying to buy space as they're trying to fire this fight onto Tian, but Wei is now all by himself. The Crescent Guard is there. Pop Blossom from Chris creates more zone as the Shy is the only frontline member left to try and just absorb for Gala. As he's now trying to throw down some feathers here, still has another Blade Caller usage, but already used the Featherstorm. The Shy finally gets taken out, and Rookie comes over, finds a multi-man Incinerate, but Rookie just cannot compete with the damage output from Weibo, and Xiaohu finds the flash onto Gala, the Justice Punch connects, and Weibo will be able to break through IG.
Fall apart around the Herald. And now that it's going to be the mid lane tier 1, Tian's going to take this in. This could be 2 turrets all in all here for Weibo Gaming. They're going to get the teleport and set out from Tashai to stop that play from happening. He can get to his Infinity Edge. Looks like they're going to be trying to make a play on top side. It's Chris by himself right now, and Ken's in the area.
They jump onto Rookie's Annie. He throws down the two-man stun. Pop Blossom doesn't even reach him, but it doesn't need to because Tien finishes him off with power of that Cyclone. And the rest of IG were trying to bail out their mid laner, but they just could not get around the wall. And now it's another turret falling on the top side of the map.
And now they're losing access in the mid, and Bessa's moving forward. She's going to take control of mid then. Waybo are going to play 4 men strong, put a 4-1 on the map, and use this Herald to crash into turret.
Oh, big taunt from Xiao, who locks down Mako even through the quickness. And it's now Wei and Gala left to try and defend the tier 2 turret from falling, but Waybo have numbers advantage here. The Shy is not in position yet. He's setting it with the unstoppable onslaught. Maybe he can find a massive knockup. Wei finds the first one, and they're able to claim maybe a couple more since now they're on the retreat. The flash from the Shy looks for the decimating smash, and Rookie pays vengeance back to Tien's Wukong off the teleport flank. Lighting
That's Otacon are going to lose out. It's going to still be a 1-for-1 trade in turrets as Rookie's going to see what he can do to this top tier 1, and an Otacon gets them all the advantages. IG, they know which objectives and when they're allowed to, but you cannot do this versus a better team. I feel like they're getting away with highway robbery because Waybo is maybe feeling a little bit of that desperation they've known multiple times throughout the season.
Getting aggressive now, Wei dashes in onto Xiao, who gets taunted. The Shy not in position to look for an engage just yet. The Dragon's still around 6,000 HP, less than 3,000 now, but IG are just going to say, you know what, screw the Dragon. We're going to use our grubs. We're going to try to play for this turret in the mid lane. Pop Blossom will find Rookie. As it looks like it was also a public execution from Breathe. Tien still has a Cyclone available, looking for another flash onto Gala, but he immediately pops the Featherstorm. Able to disengage. Good Blade Caller, buys some space. Gala finds Chris. Blade falls, and now it's all on IG to try and cut this one out, but they cannot last against the onslaught of Weibo Gaming. In the end, it's only Mako that makes it out alive, but Waybo find a massive fight.
I can understand some of the thought process going in. Rookie has to defend that flank so that Waybo don't wrap on them after they take the mid-tier 1, but getting caught out from a public execution, you had control of that brush. A huge play coming in from Waybo. Nets them multiple kills. Sole point here in this game.
It extends the vision timer, right?
Extends the vision timer, and the clone lasts a lot longer because of it.
Rookie!
Oh my god.
You just took the blast code into the middle of 4 people! He's forced to flash away! Public execution now trying to look for the chase. Breathe is caught up, but here comes the follow-up to the Pop Blossom from Chris. But Gala arrives to the party. They are out-damaging Waybo. The Shy's able to stand tall this time in front of his team as well as Waybo. And they lose out on Breathe. And it all started off with Rookie almost making a crucial mistake.
Let's try to thin out these waves and, more importantly, get IG to respond to us first on the map. That turret falling as well, so expanding the Goldie just a little bit more.
There's a ward that is getting blacked out by the control ward. So IG now going to try to leash it, but they have to pull back into the banana brush. Breathe is looking for the flank of the right side. Public execution, snags Gala, doesn't pop the Featherstorm now, waits out the knockup. Gala and Crisp tries to look for the Pop Blossom, and Tien is onto the backline. Gala's got no more protective spells. The Xayah falls, and there's still a Dragon to play for. As Mako is trying to see if he can bail out Mako, or Wei, I should say, but it's just not going to happen. The Shy already in the undead passive form. Mako has the smite, cannot steal it, and Waybo will secure the Infernal Soul at 27 minutes.
All right, Rafa, if they can't win with an Infernal Soul and an 8,000 gold difference, then I think Waybo were never meant to win anything for the rest of the year, unfortunately. This is them now moving over to the Baron. A clean fight from them that starts with Breathe finding his ultimate. And I needed to see this, something we haven't been able to touch on because of IG winning that last game, and kind of the effect, the aura, you would say, maybe, from an Invictus Gaming, is who is going to be our third All-Pro team top laner of the Souls.
Tien still has his GA as well. The flash from Rookie, but Chris now with the re-engage. Finds the Pop Blossom, the 2 members there. But Breathe is caught forever under the tower. It's now a numbers advantage from IG. Decimating Smash on the 2 members. They take out the second tier turret. IG now have to run. There's no other objectives to play for. Weibo Gaming going to give space. They're thinking about another re-engage. Tien looks for the pop, or the Cyclone onto Gala. The Featherstorm is forced. Gala flashes away, able to distance himself, but now the G is popped. Don't tell me it ends like this. IG lose out on the Shy, and Weibo Gaming only lose a GA from Tien's Wukong.
All right, they're going to be able to come back, though. Looks like they're going to be giving over this inhibitor. The turret and the structure behind it are going to fall. There's no way for IG to play. So it's a bot lane inhibitor for trade. And for Waybo,
being able to finish this game and bring us to a Game 3 in our final series, in our final Super Saturday of the Rumble stage. IG doing everything they can to remain strong, to remain resilient. Xiaohu goes under the tower, gets charmed by the quickness. He goes golden. Can he stall enough time? He forces the flash out, but the Blade Caller snags him. Still doesn't go down. Wei is dropped. Now a man advantage. Tian goes for the Cyclone Pop, blossom flash, snags Gola, and surely this must be it. Waybo will find the Shy, and it's only Rookie and Mako left to defend the base, but Waybo prevail. Waybo triumph, and finally, Waybo can take a game off of Invictus Gaming in this third split of the LPL. We're going to Game 3.
just like last week's Saturday.
And the fact that you have two champions that can fearlessly dive into the backline and dodge a lot of
the interactions between Kraken Slayer, I honestly, it's just mostly that Kraken Slayer is a really broken item, and the fact that you can abuse it with the passive, you will lose out on the crit for your ultimate, but I think Navori Flicker Baits is a really big bait on a lot of AD carries. We'll have to see whether or not they can execute, though. Wei is in the pit. It's going to be a smite fight between our two junglers, but
Gala Mako trying to collapse now. 1600 on the Dragon. Who's going to secure it? They're poking out Tian right now. 1200 HP. It's a 600 smite battle. Who is going to secure it? It ends up going to the hands of Wei, but Mako is the first one to get dropped in the river. Wei dodges a lot of damage, is able to find the eviscerating blades. Xiaohu on the run, but Wei is being able to just run them down as the big dog on campus, and Weibo Gaming are going to drop 3 kills to IG early in this final game of the series.
Aw, man, I just don't understand Weibo. Tian is pulling away from the Dragon. He is not even in smite range right now. Chris is going to get chased out of the jungle finally. Doesn't have flash anymore. They might just end up giving this over to Gala here.
You want a free kill?
You're in prison, at least for just one more. There we go. It's going to go over to Rookie. So Feats of Warfare immediately claimed here by IG. The ability to properly stack this item.
And the only people he will effectively get into melee range of fairly easily will be Mako, maybe the Shy. And even then, I think...
I feel like into Rise it's not bad, because you can only rune prison one champion, but...
Sure.
The phase rush interaction's also pretty disgusting to deal with.
Yeah, the movement speed and the ability to space and kite.
Now Xiaohu now entering in mid. Light's also leaving, so this looks like a non-starter here for Weibo.
Tian is still in the area though, poking and prodding. Mako doing what he can to just keep them out of the river and the pit. Chris takes a lot of damage, so does Mako. He's able to use the phase rush or the movement speed, whatever it was, to create enough movement. Rookie trying to keep Tian out of the pit. He goes for the steal, but not going to happen. Tian now flashing,
Mako
finds the impale on Nagala, but he has the killer instinct to be able to reposition.
Mako's still alive!
And Mako was still occupying the attention of Xiaohu as he now tries to hunt for Gala, but he's still not going to go down. Blinking on less than 100 HP, and Xiaohu gets killed. Are you kidding me?
Mako, let's give you MVP, brother. That was incredible from him. Kill this Alistar, find the resets, but why are we fighting there? We just saw that Light had recalled, so he's nowhere near this fight. You're Lucian to help you. There's no mana here from the Shy. Misses Q3 twice.
Oh goodness, the Shy is just he gets another kill for another shovel. Give it to him. He waits out the shield. The Shy, does he have enough mana for one more shovel bonk on to breathe? Yes, he does! That's my #1 top laner in the league. I'm putting it on the all-pro ballot.
You're looking across the board here as Weibo. You're going to have a 34 stack Heartsteel. I don't think that's going to be doing too much. We're looking over 1v3.
Shy gets out of this one. He's going to try to do his best to stall the game as long as possible because Wei is taking the Rift Herald on the top side. So as long as Shy is able to keep Weibo occupied, 07 in the chat for the Shy and the rest of IG, as his sacrifice leads to Wei securing another objective for the team.
And I'm looking at this from IG's perspective. You lost the top laner, you lose a wave on bottom side, but they had to give up them, get a lead from them. So much tougher here. Heal from Mako to give him a little bit more HP, and that movement speed to move on out. A turret now completed. Goes over and shared by Rookie and Way. This is where you want the gold to be, Grace, if he has the time to recall and teleport back out on the map. He's going to try and find a place for him to recall now. IG, they're going to summon the Herald to give them mid-priority. Even if Waybo stop this, this is access into the river.
I mean, he's deep. He's taking a lot of damage. Thankfully, Chris is able to block a majority of it without an unbreakable shield. Rookie takes a decent chunk onto his health bar. The Shy teleports into the river. Light trying to create space, dashes backwards. The Dark Procession snags Xiaohu, but no threat comes to him quite yet. Breathe is already at 50% HP. Crisp is also at 50% HP. Good knockup from Mako, stalls out Tien. Cullen comes out, tries to look for damage onto Rookie. Tien trying to walk up and find an impale flank, but here comes the Hound's Pursuit. Blocked, but the reset still comes through. Now he looks for Xiaohu on the back. Way able to pop the W just for the invulnerability. The flash from Breathe tries to lock down the dog, but the Glizzies are too powerful for Breathe to handle. Not even the 3,000 Gobbler could take down this Glizzy baby, and Waybo just get obliterated in the river. IG gonna pick up 4 in the 3rd dragon of the game.
Oh, now the flash. Xiaohu. All right, let's see it. Yakety Sax, can you run away from the Shy? Mako's on his way. This is just a prolonged death. Kaisa is hitting the mid-tier 2 all this time. Soul Point, 2 turrets going over to IG, and it's just a formality from this point on. Soul Point, 7,000 gold here for Invictus.
Lane duo from the side of Waybo. Rookie walking in with the rest. Good knocker from Mako. An unbreakable shield from Chris blocks so much damage as Way now commits into the play. Yet to pop the Hound's Pursuit. But the rest of Waybo are forced to give up space, and Otacon is the objective on the table. Waybo trying to do everything they can to contest space, but they're down 7,000 gold. And surely this is just an Otacon secured for Invictus Gaming.
It's just Tien, Breathe, and Light. Ooh, Xiaohu actually cancels his recall. I don't know why. There's no reason. We're not playing for this wave. Crisp is going to come back onto the map. He has Smite thanks to his Summoner Spellbook, but it's a little too late.
To making the steps necessary to be able to make that goal. Tien gets caught by the Dark Procession. He interrupted his Ishtal's impact, and now IG are going to try and see if they can bait out the chase. Any Summoner spells before IG fully commit. They're just poking and prodding, using the Darkened Daggers. Mako connects with the knockup. Way threatening onto the top side. Tien finally forced the flash away. Waybo trying to hold their ground, but they're getting dropped so low. Multiple members below, 30% HP. Xiaohu dropped between worlds, but Mako finds another knockup onto Tien. And now the Hound's Pursuit from Way can commit to finding more members. The Realm Warp takes the ball onto a trip into Weibo Gaming's backline. Breathe is going to flash away just in time, but Rookie might have enough movement speed. Goes golden into the tower, paints Breathe in, and deletes him from the rift. IG find the ace at 24 minutes. And it looks like IG are about to put the finishing touches on this final game of this series.
It's a 5-0 ace. It is IG breaking open the inhibitor line, getting themselves the Cloud Soul, and looking to try to finish in a top 2 spot here in the LPL Split 3.
It's just destruction. It's a massacre. And IG
back
are going to continue the bloodbath here into Weibo Gaming's own jungle side on the top side. Impale will snag one, but Way can just use the call of the pack. He doesn't get over the wall. He's forced to flash, but he still does not get dropped. This Glizzy is out of control. Light forced to flash over the wall, trying to kite his way to safety, but Aurora gets dropped. Light will be able to take Mako mid-air, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh my god, he almost died to the Yorick minion. That would have been tragic. Gauntlet finds a triple on the Tien, and Light is the last man standing between IG and a victory in this series.
26 minutes, a single wave, Crisp and Light. Can we see this duo make magic happen? I don't think they've got it in them.
Chris throws out the shield. Way goes in for the Hound's Pursuit. Oh! Way is preying on you tonight, hunting Weibo down and eating them alive. And IG proved that they are the top dog in the LPL.
All right, well, they did it.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.